Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Peasant chat. That's right. We're talking to poor people today. A bunch of poor people today that do not. Typically, the reason the whole peasant chat started was I was only concentrating on the paid chats every other day during the week, and then on the peasant chat, I normally wouldn't charge. My allergies are kicking my ass. Normally, I wouldn't charge or I wouldn't allow super chats so that I could get to the poor people, but the name stuck, so it all kind of stayed that way. So the peasant chat, the poor people that don't pay get equal attention. So today what we're going to talk about is Ford stopping production of the F-150 because they're out of door handles. They're out of door handles.
Take that, Elon Musk.
And, the supply chain issues have really been a problem for Ford. Chip conductors, chips, computer, all this crap that they say. COVID happened 3 years ago, and you're telling me you're still experiencing some kind of delays because of supply chain issues. I think it's more of a lack of leadership. I know you guys hear me harp on Ford all the time, and you're probably sick of it, but I'll read an article and talk some shit from there. Also, we'll talk about the fallout from Thursday's show. Thursday's show was a show that I didn't think was that big of an issue because all I did was verify what was already on the internet. I said it. This is what happens. This is my personal experience. But the fallout from it has been really interesting. The fallout has, my inbox was flooded with programmers, tuners, customers that were saying, hey, is my tune from another tuning company an old Lund tune? Understand this, guys. I don't have the ability to reverse files, okay? And I don't want the ability to reverse files because then people can't blame me from sucking off tunes. I don't have that ability. The issue was that people had the base file in a certain format, and that means that, a Dropbox folder was basically copied. That's all. Not necessarily tune drawing, but I will talk a little bit in depth about the programming nature of some of the stuff that's out there. Like what you can't see, like what you literally cannot see in the tune history is what is the most thing that needs to be protected. Like it has to be protected. And I think that's more of a programming thing than a tune stealing thing. And we'll talk a little bit about that. Can't get too into it because there's a lot of programmers out there that pop off as if they're badasses. And then at the end of the day, all you're doing is duplicating what another tuner has already accomplished. I'm sure in the Audi, BMW, GTR world, it happens. So if a tuning company comes out with something before anybody else, and then all of a sudden another tuning company with completely different software comes out with the same thing, you could almost make the case that that was drawn. But as always, before we get too into it, we do it live.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
And we also want to thank the sponsors, the people that keep the disco ball turning in the background. That's right. 2 Auto Solutions. Rami Zaidan, 2 Auto Solutions. Thank you very much for the blow report. Thank you very much for the headers. You are the man. ZR1 main sponsor, Rami Zaidan. Race Motive. We will talk heavily about Race Motive's giveaways coming up shortly. Race Motive, one of the more premier roll racing programs out there. They're racing like the Pocono Speedway and like mostly roll racing, but Billy badass stuff. DNA High Performance. He'll fight you. He'll beat you up. He'll give you a hat. DNAHighPerformance.com. The Parts Farm. Rob and the guys over at the Parts Farm doing this around the United States road racing venture and pretty funny posts. If you go to thepartsfarm.com, Parts Farm on Facebook, they got a bunch of shit. Crank pallets, GT500 motors, GT250 motors, complete cars. I mean, you got to go there if you're going to do like a project. Kong Performance helped me out with the tuning yesterday. Had some issues with the Corvette in terms of the tuning. He helped the brother out. I appreciate you. I appreciate you hooking me up with the port and the cold air. Thank you very much. Another show sponsor, Kong Performance. Ultimate Header, UltimateHeader.com, Calamer's Transmission, and PMAS. Nick James, PMAS. The guy's the best. These literally are guys that help a brother out, help the program, and at the end of the day, they help you. Before we say hi to the people, I want to thank Race Motive. Race Motive provided, where is it? Race Motive provided the following parts you see behind me for giveaways. These will be given away on a Tuesday. Every Tuesday, one giveaway, and everything you see back here is gonna get given away a Tuesday. So we have 5 giveaways. I might want to keep this one for myself but we'll see if anyone gives a crap about it. What are the things that are going to be given away in the next coming Tuesdays? N2MB Watt Box. That's right. Make your car pop flames, a whole 9 yards. And basically like a launch limiter, N2MB Watt Box. In here is a ZT2, Zaytronics ZT2 package. So you can analog in boost if you have an older GT500, like 05 to, let's say, 2010, wideband directly into a Lund Racing N-Gauge, ZT2 Zaytronics. Injector Dynamics ID 1700Xs. Big boy shit. These are not cheap. So if you want to live in the 1300 horsepower and up world-ish, ID 1700s are a must. ATI Super Damper, 20% overdrive for GT500. This is the outer ring. I might want to keep this for myself, but if someone really wants this 20% overdrive, it's going to be available. And right here we have lightweight S197 brakes from Billet Pro Shops. So Billet Pro Shops, rotors and brackets, and it saves I think 11 pounds per side, if I am not mistaken, for S197 drilled slotted rotors and the bracketry to make it all fit. 20%, 1700s, Zaytronics ZT2 box, N2MB. And if I get froggy, if I happen to get froggy and the giveaways are doing well, I might do a Lund Racing N-Gauge giveaway. That one is going to be huge because can't get these anymore. I can ask whatever I want for these, so I might just hold on to this sucker. So don't be surprised if I give this away, but also don't be surprised if I end up keeping it, because I think it's just one of those things that I want to keep around like a 401k. You never know if you're going to need it. All right, guys, let's say hi to the people here. Get after it. We got ATX Cobra, Brian 03, 2000 MCR, Hum Solo, 508, Josh, Angel Puerto Rico, Agent Orange, JD Swag, Chef Boyer D's Nuts, Andy Ali, Miniback Madman, Bryson Wick, Ken McAllister, Robo Style, Brian Harper, Torque and Beans, D-Rock Fox, Native Shift, TJ Sikorsky, Nick G, Coyote Kelly, DNG Brandon. Congratulations, DNG. Doing really well out there racing. Seeing that car going down the track is good. I'm a little sus on the tags you put on Instagram, but you're Lund Racing tuned. I don't care. The Black GT500, Oliver Bryan, Yogan Lates. Damn, a lot of people hit up the chat. Clean 93 GT, Potential Nicholas Gurr, Tango, Rich 50, Chris Anderson, Phil Fez, Matt Class, ATX Cobra, Silver Surfer. What's up, Mr. Stick Shift, Catfish, Gregory Upfish, D-Rock Fox, Matt Oliver, Slow as Fuck, Peter Chow, Josh Roy, 94 GT Vert, Nitrous and Bias Plies, Agent Orange, Killer Coyote, Abdullah Al-Abbasi, Connor S550, Martin Robles, Potential again, Leon, 1 of 1 RTR, T1 Auto Care, Silver Surfer again, Jason Friedberg, and all the usual suspects. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to be giving away, a lot of stuff, and this is all to give back to you guys. I am not asking for you guys to buy t-shirts. I'm not asking you guys to subscribe, but what I am asking is that you simply like, subscribe, just make sure that you're doing enough to make this show get out there. Now, I'm obviously going to prioritize the members. Why? Because I see you easier. It is in green. It is huge. You pay a monthly nut. So I am not requiring you to do this, but if you happen to become a member, that's the best way this channel gets supported. I can do cooler stuff, better giveaways. Guys, I want to get to the point where I give you like $1,000 stuff, which this kind of is. Like the injectors and I think the N2MB. I'm sorry, the injectors and the ZT2 package are over $1,000 retail. This is about $400. This is about $300. I think this is the Watt Box is about $300. But the N-Gauge? That shit's priceless. That's like adamantium. I don't know if I'm going to give that away, to be honest with you, because I have more here, but I'm a hoarder. I'm an N-Gauge hoarder. I want to keep all the N-Gauges because you never know when I end up in another Ford again. So let's read the article. Let's talk about the fallout of a Thursday show, and then we'll just talk with you guys for a little bit. So we got here, what do we got going on here? Get rid of the sponsors. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. We got from the, what is this? Ford Authority, F150 production impacted by door handle shortage. Wow. Over the past 3+ years, new vehicle production has been affected in a major way by numerous supply chain shortages, driving inventory levels down and prices to new record heights. Ford has worked to circumvent these issues by building vehicles without those hard-to-get components and storing them until the parts arrive. However, these elusive companies aren't just things like semiconductor and chips and other high-tech pieces. Last September, FOMO Co. faced a shortage of blue oval badges. In fact, now it's dealing with yet another shortage. This time, door handles. That's right, the F-150 pickup has missing door handles. The inventory levels have improved as of late. Production was temporarily halted this past weekend after the automaker had trouble sourcing the correct door handles for the best-selling pickup. Production has since resumed, but workers are installing substitute handles on some trucks in an effort to keep assembly lines moving until the proper pieces arrive. Those handles don't have a proper keyhole in some cases, and in others aren't painted their correct color. Oh, man. How the mighty have fallen.
Take that, Elon Musk.
How the mighty have fallen. I used to look, I'm still a Ford fan, but I can't believe they've fallen so bad when it comes to this. And again, I think this is a lack of leadership. This allows workers to not only be able to get in and out of the pickups, also perform checks inside the vehicles as it moves through the production process. These mismatched models will then be parked until the correct door handles arrive and be swapped out for the temporary pieces. A Ford spokesperson confirmed that this issue affects production in the Dearborn truck plant, Rogue Electric Vehicle Centers, and Kansas City Assembly Plant. Noted the majority of F-150 pickups being built have the correct door handles. So there you go. Basically, what is happening is just another basically set of setbacks for Ford, where they literally don't have a grasp on their production. They don't have control. And I think eventually this is a good thing. Eventually Ford's going to have to realize that they can't rely on suppliers anymore. But the problem is, does that make the truck or vehicles more expensive? Meaning if they do everything in-house, everything, seatbelts, buckles, brackets, seat upholstery, everything, if they do everything in-house, will the price of the truck go up? Absolutely. Ford is like Walmart. When Walmart wants to sell you a toothbrush, they go out to suppliers and say, I want toothbrushes. Who can sell them to me for the cheapest price? So that they can have as much markup on them and make the most money as possible. Same thing with Ford. Ford goes out there, puts out a contract to bid. Hey, we need seatbelt brackets. I need an order of 250,000. So let's go ahead and bid out the job. And the lowest bid wins, which will blow your mind, guys. The lowest bid wins. And I'm blown away by that. That the lowest bid typically wins, not the best product, not the person who can actually provide. Typically, the lowest bid wins because it's all about the bottom line. It's all about the bottom line. Bada bing, bada boom. You're going to make money or not. That's how it goes. So until they can actually put and make everything in-house like a Tesla, I hate to repeat myself a billion times, but like a Tesla, that everything is made in raw materials, go into one big factory, and out the back, a car comes out. It's interesting that happens. So fallout from the tuning stuff. I got programmers, I got customers, I got other tuners hitting me up saying, Alex, I can't believe this happens, And I'm like, guys, I don't understand why you guys are surprised. This has been happening for a while. We just got confirmation. That's all. And I wanted to shine a light on the confirmation that tune replication from a known tune. I don't think that's a big deal. Basically, somebody had access to a Dropbox and then they put it out into the wild. Then people started tuning off of that. That's fine. There's nothing, whatever. It's stealing, but it's an 11 to 17 issue. The biggest issue I have, honestly, is when somebody draws a file. To me, the file draw is more important than anything. Roush did it right. Roush RS3s from 15 to 17 had a locked file for a reason for years. Do you remember that? Do you remember how the 15 to 17 Gen 2 RS3 could not be drawn from the Roush calibration? Roush had access to lock the tune. With computer tools being more effective and more intense, programmers got into the game because, let's be honest, if you want to break into something, you could break into something. The biggest issue comes when you can actually put that into a vehicle with a device of a company that has never had access to that vehicle. That's the one. And you know what comes into mind? Things that are available on one platform that were never available on another platform, and tunes are starting to show up in that platform. I'll give you an example. I get guys hit me up on the ticket system, and they say something like, Alex, after we started messing with HP tuners, they go, can you send me the unlocked, can you unlock the trans brake? I said, no, that's custom programming. That's custom programming available through HP tuners only. And we don't offer that feature, probably not because we can't, but because we don't believe that that is a viable thing, and we don't want to support that. We just say, okay, that's fine if your tuner is able to give you the trans break via a tune. We're just not going to play that game. We're just not going to support that feature. The same reason we don't support flex tuning anymore, because the customer typically doesn't understand what it takes to have a flex tune learned properly. So we just say, we just don't provide it. We just don't provide it. So that is custom programming done by HP tuners. So we don't offer it, even though we do HP tuner stuff, but we don't want to add that into our shit, because at the end of the day, we're just like, it's just another thing we got to fuck with. Now, when you start seeing tuners ask you to, or not tuners, let's say you're a customer, a Lund Racing customer, and you're out in the public, and another tuner asks you to bring your car in. Look, he's trying to draw the car out. He's trying to draw the tune out. If you are a customer, and I got a lot of guys in California, specifically in California, that are being asked by other people to let them draw the tune to see if they can learn something from it. And again, the most important stuff that is in a tune is not what is viewable. So when you guys saw the screenshots of the Dropbox folder and the tuners using that, that's what's visible, right? I'm sure there's stuff in backgrounds of other calibrators and other programmers that they put in there that you don't see on the actual file. There's stuff that gets thrown in that you all of a sudden don't even see, but you got to have extremely special software for that. So a lot of people go, well, look at that. Look at the changes he made. But in the background, there's a bunch of stuff that you don't see. So you got to understand, just because you can see it and you're editing it and you don't think it's a big deal. Oh, what's the big deal? All he did was change the math curve. What's the big deal? All he did. Understand this. The moment a turbo Gen 1 gets on a trans brake, I don't think, as far as I know, a lot of the stuff is viewable on commercially available software. So the next time I see a guy that literally tunes out of his apartment and tunes a car that gets up on the trans brake, turbo, bumps in, and it doesn't fail safe, bing, lights go off. So we have gotten a lot of customers, or I'm not going to say we, I have gotten a lot of customers, or people just hit me up. Hey, I used to be tuned by such and such 3 years ago. I still have the emails, and I'm like, I'm not interested. I can't reverse files. I'm not interested in reversing files, so it's not my thing. But it is important to know that when another tuner asks you to come in and he plugs in to your OBD2 port, what he's attempting to do is draw out what he can learn from Lund Racing or other tuners that have made a change. And you got to be careful, because some of the stuff is some companies, some software companies that have, let's just say, custom programming in there can probably send you a cease and desist depending on what you try to duplicate, draw, The R&D funny thing that I came up with Roush stuff, and that's how I got invited to Roush. Nick Schaefer, who now works for a THC company, which is hilarious. I love him. He used to work at Roush. And he's like, bro, I need you to come up here because I love what you're doing. And I think he was trying to get me into an influencer program early on. But I wasn't in a position to represent Roush the way they're very corporate. I don't think they like shit talking happening. But I think he wanted me to be like a surrogate shit talker in the background after the video that I put out there that's saying that people are trying to R&D Roush files, aka read and duplicate, because Roush RS3s were making over 610, 620 rear wheel horsepower with LU47s and an 80 millimeter pulley. And they're like, how are they doing that? Once they data logged it and saw what was happening, wouldn't you know it, all the tuners are duplicating what Roush was doing. It was interesting to see that one day Roush was making good power. Most 15 to 17s weren't making good power. Then all of a sudden, 15 to 17s were making great power after they saw what Roush was doing. 15 to 17 RS3s with TVSs specifically. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about F150 door handles and anything else. Also, giving away shirts today. 2 shirts. I got them prepackaged. The YDBT shirts, the black ones. I sent 5 out yesterday. So I got to send out 2 today. Large or extra large is all you're going to get. Giving it away to random people. 2 shirts today. And all you have to do is email me with your info. Oh my God, I'm tired. All right, so we'll talk about it. Henry Ford, sure to be turning in his grave. No more Don't My God cookies. No, I wanted to concentrate this channel to be race or car centric. I love them. They're great people. But I felt like if you're going to sponsor the show, sponsor the show. You know, and I love them. I want to support them. But, you know, at the end of the day, this show has to be more about car stuff than cookie stuff. Riley Speed, is it possible to lock out IMRCs on a Gen 2 Mustang without removing the intake manifold? No. You're going to have to pretty much remove all of the vacuum stuff in the back. You're pretty much going to have to. I mean, you could probably remove stuff and break stuff. It's going to be a hack job. And the connectors, in my opinion, it's better to take the manifold out, remove all the IMRC diaphragm stuff, and then lock them open, whichever way you want to do it. They can't increase prices too much more. They got thousands of trucks sitting on lots for more than 100 plus days. Lowest bid, same as mill contracts exactly. Plus, most contracts require a price decrease each year. Bid wins, explain Ford quality issues. Ford sucks again. For the amount of brand new Ford trucks still sitting at Kentucky Speedway, it's mind-blowing. Copy and paste tuners out there. CGA says, what's your opinion on adding 373s to a manual ESS car? Currently have 331s, and it doesn't get out of the whole way quick enough at the track. Understand this. If you have a 373 MT82 car, 15 to 17, you're going to be going into fifth gear at the end of the quarter mile. I think it's better to leave on with 331s and raise the boost. You just need a hex editor, man, right? Like, I love that. I love how people, so if you're a programmer, you can kind of do whatever you want. And, you know, we've started seeing that programmers get into tuning, not a mechanic or a guy who has a passion for cars. Programmers, meaning guys that can't read a spark plug, guys that can't look at a plug and know what is rich and what is lean or what is too much spark. A programmer can get into this game, steal vetted tunes, and make hundreds of thousands of dollars for years to come. But he is working with stolen stuff. No, I'm not going to move it. No, I'm not going to move any sponsorships to that dating channel. I haven't won the shirt yet, but can I get the tracking number now, please? Right. Hey, Alex, I've been trying to catch a live to ask what the advantage to running a bi-sply and skinny with a slick on a stick car. Oh, man, I'm crazy. I'm blown away that this is still a question. Lenny, what happens when you put a bi-sply in the rear with a regular size front tire? Like, this is not difficult to explain. This is not difficult. Every time you put a bi-sply tire in the back with a big sucker in the front, you're going to have an unstable car because it's a different tire material in the back. And it's squishy in the back. The front has a tight radial. And if you correct a little bit with the radial, the rear is going to start to sway. So when you put a skinny in the front, it has less footprint on the street. So when you correct, it's not as a severe correction so that you don't get this weird snake-like effect going down the track. Every single time I see a guy with 20-inch fronts and bi-sply rears and a stick car, I'm waiting to see that car go all the way down the track like this. So I'm like, hey, whatever. Like, I've explained it many times in many videos. And if you still are not aware of what that can cause, you're just not paying attention. Love ya. You're just not paying attention. Hopefully the shortage on the inside of the inside of the door handle. That way you can't get out after the truck catches fire. Hey, Alex, says Abdullah Al-Abbasi. Hey, Alex, what got me a brand new N-Gauge a while back, but it's an HP Tuner's N-Gauge, not a Lund Racing N-Gauge. What's the difference between the LR1? How can I verify to be tuned by Lund with it? Well, number one, you have to go to the tuning status screen and make sure that it has never been locked to a vehicle ever. Second, what's the difference? Well, one of them takes HP Tuner's firmware and the other one takes Lund Racing firmware, meaning the way you load a tune on that device is dependent on the programming, the firmware. Like you can't throw an SCT file in it. You can't throw a HPT in it. It has to be a .enc, and that has to have it exported a certain way. And then N-Gauge, who is out of business, been put out of business by, you know, it's one of the fires that was set by a person, or at least not set by a person, but, you know, let's just say a person that we know that is a nefarious character, doesn't like his name out there to be publicly. That was one of the companies that was set on fire, in my opinion. You got Salsa. A friend of mine took out the 1000 timing cone with his ZL1. Yeah, look, I don't want to make fun of anyone crashing or anything like that. That's not, and again, he didn't have a bias ply in the back. The Palm Beach Dino GT500, I don't think he had a bias ply in the back. I think he had a regular drag radial in the back, and whatever. I don't know what happened. I don't care. I just saw the crash and I went, that sucks. Like, it sucks. But what are you gonna do? The funny thing is that a lot of people, boy, like the nut writing is insane sometimes. Like there were instances where things happened and we knew why they happened and we didn't mention, oh no, I'm sorry. We had told people, hey, be careful. This can happen if you keep going down that route. Then something happens with the vehicle where an issue occurs and we said, we told you so. And then people go, well, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell them before? And I'm like, we did. But at the end of the day, we're just going to stay quiet going forward. Like, people are going to start running into issues specifically on Turbo Gen 2s. Again, Turbo Gen 2s specifically have an issue with trans brake bumping in and letting go of the trans brake. There is a very specific issue. And while we were vetting that issue, and I'm not going to mention it because I want you guys to experience it and wonder what the hell is happening. When we were vetting that issue, I want to thank Mr. Carroll. I forget his last name, but he had a TVS car. And he went to the track and flogged the crap out of the car. And we were vetting the file with him at the track with the trans brake right then and there. And with the Blue Goose right then and there. Once he figured out what the issue was, the guy was running low nines easily with a simple TVS. Not a Gen 3, just a simple 2.3 liter TVS. And he was actually appreciative. This car was rolling out. C&D Autotech built the car at the time, and it was doing really well. Once we figured out the issue, we had someone that thought they had the issue licked and didn't have a fucking clue. And we go, this guy doesn't know shit. This guy only knows what he's able to read that someone else figured out and say this might be a fix. So in about a year, you'll see it. In about a year or two, you're going to start seeing a bunch of 6R80 stock throttle body cars with a trans brake turbo have an issue the moment they let off of the trans brake. You'll see it in about 2 years. I guarantee it. Nitrous and bias ply. Gen 1 Auto cars prone to throttle hang installing on a Ghost Cam tune. Look, yes. Ghost Cam tune is only for you to choppity chop at the car show. It is not meant for you to drive around. We're not going to go out of our way to make it drivable. We're not going to go out of our way to make it a daily driver thing. It is for you to choppity chop in and out of Cars and Coffee. The moment you get out of Cars and Coffee, stop, flash the car to the normal idle, and go about your way. And yeah, I'm going to let people learn the hard way, but you got to understand, we can literally save someone's life by giving them a heads up. But this is what happens. We have given people a heads up on issues that will arise that can probably kill you. And this is what they say. Don't worry, I got it. I don't need your help. And then you go, oh, look at that. He didn't listen or didn't want to listen. So we're just going to shut up. But you look, if we see someone having an issue that we think can save their life, of course we're going to reach out and go, by the way, do this so you don't kill yourself. Please don't be silly. But if their reply is something like, you know what? I don't care what you tell me, and I don't care if you know how to fix the issue. I'm not going to listen to you. Then do it at your own detriment, bro. If you end up sassle, then that's on you. 19 GT with 15,000 miles with a broken shift fork. Will they warranty this thing being tuned? Mine was warranted and it was tuned. Mine was warranted because it was a transmission issue. And there's nothing tuning related about a transmission issue. ZL1 had bias plastic throttle body. Mo Green, you're not wrong. Mo Green, you are not wrong. How much could a broken muffler affect my tuning? What it can do is cause a potential knock sensor issue. Again, knock sensors pick up a frequency. And if it meets that certain frequency, it'll pull timing. So if you have something rattling in the exhaust, it can transfer back up and the knock sensor think it's a knock event or a detonation event and pull timing. Alex, my Z06 got built last Wednesday, all because a Ford dealer. Wait a minute, my Z06 got built last Wednesday. Future Sean says, Alex, my Z06 got built last Wednesday, all because a Ford dealer promised me MSRP on a GT500 and tried to pull the markup last minute. Now I'll never go back. That is a great, okay. So a lot of you guys saw my purchase of the ZR1 to be traitorous. Like, oh my God, this guy's a traitor. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I've always liked the ZR1, but what will cause people to change platforms is not being treated right by the manufacturer or maybe a tuner. Like, I've seen a lot of people that never got tuned by Lund Racing, switch platforms. Then they come back to the platform later. So, for example, let's say you have a 15 to 17 Mustang and you've been tuned by everybody but Lund Racing because for whatever reason you got a bad taste in your mouth about Lund Racing. Done. I go to the Camaro game and you spend 2 or 3 years in the Camaro game and you're like, shit, man, this Camaro is just not right. Maybe I'll try the Mustang game again. So you sell the Camaro because prices were good. You got a good return. Then you get back into a Gen 2 and you say, let me bite the bullet and go to Lund Racing. Go to Lund Racing and all of a sudden you get a tune that idles great. And that's the first thing people notice about a Lund tune, the idle quality. They go, this thing idles pretty good. Then you drive, you go, this thing drives pretty good. And then you grow with the combination and all of a sudden you're going 8s. And you go, why didn't I have that experience the first go around? It's real simple. You didn't use the best tuning company for that platform. So it caused you to change platforms. Alejandro Flores does not have an issue with the Ford Racing platform. I have an issue with the Ford culture. My issue with the Gen 2 culture, specifically Gen 3, is the 10R80 homos that name themselves 10R80 Sean, 10R80 Steve, 10R80 Black, 10R80 this, 10R80 L, 10R80 underscore, 10R80 69 underscore LR80 Daddy. And I'm like, you have zero racing talent. You're literally smashing the gas and hoping the tuner does everything else. And you're flexing on that. Now, people that flex on that, nothing wrong with that. The moment you start saying 10R80 Daddy and your car is lowered, stands, Starlight headliner, and you got Pikachu, Pokemon bullshit on your car, I think that's fine for you. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't want to be a part of that culture. So I need to leave that culture. So I go to the ZR1. Did I go to the ZR1 because of the culture? Hell no. I went to the ZR1 because number one, Mr. Curry, who got me all this stuff from Race Motive, he gave me an insane deal on the ZR1 and he really did take care of it. And he said, I just want to change. He's into Porsches now. He's doing really well. Gave me a great deal on it. I said, this is a car that I'd love to learn on my own and grow with. And in the course of probably less than a year, I've gotten from 530 horsepower to 700 real horsepower with minimal mods. And I thought this car really, really wakes up for the mods. So does that mean I'm never going to go back to the S550 platform? If I do, it'll be Gen 2 because Gen 2 isn't ruined by the culture yet, but Gen 3 is gone. I don't care. You guys are now Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, whatever the hell, retards, and I want nothing to do with those motherfuckers. So the culture left me. But Sean got screwed over by Ford. He said, wait, you promised me MSRP, which is about a $99,000 or $98,000. Then the Ford dealership goes, fuck that guy. We can make $15,000 to $20,000 more dollars. Fuck that guy. We don't care if you lose one guy. We're going to make $20,000. Well, the problem is this. His experience is being multiplied by many others because of your shady business practices. People are leaving Ford. They're going into Camaros. They're going into Supras. They're going into BMWs. They're going into anything but Ford. So when dealerships and people and Ford themselves give you a not so great product, treat you like shit, don't be surprised if guys go over to the Chevy world, the BMW world, the Toyota world, the Nissan world. Loyalty is bidirectional, right? It's a two-way street. You can't be loyal to one brand no matter how many times they fuck you over. You can't do that because they're not looking out for you. So what I'm doing is I said, let me ditch this for a little while. Let me grow on other platforms, and eventually I'll come back to the Gen 2. That's why I'm keeping a lot of these N-gauges, because you never know what I'm going to end up with. An Auto GT500 will make you switch. Another prediction is that it'll be played back a couple years. Write it down. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. People want to listen and do things in the correct manner. Okay, got it. What's up, James Williams? What's up? Super late. Rough night. Modified by Nick says, Alex, how much are fluid kits worth complete with a PNR tank and triple pass? Selling mine and I can't find examples to base price on. Well, the problem is this. and this is the problem we have, and the problem we all have, and the problem Jake had. Jake built probably the best quality F150 single turbo kit there is. 1,000 horsepower on a stock motor, single 80 something millimeter bullseye, stock manifolds, stock valve springs, stock everything. Remote mounted turbo way behind the bed. I think it is a wonderful setup because the exhaust doesn't have to change. Everything turbo is at the cap, basically the cap back is a turbo cap back. Then you run pipe. So I thought it was so cool that Jake built that. Now, in order for Jake to compete in the turbo market, who is his competition? On3. On3 will sell you pipes, boogered up stuff, a turbo wheel that has so many clearances, it's not even funny, but it will make power. And you, as a consumer, don't care about quality. Ford guys don't care about quality. Ford guys care about, actually, race car guys. The same reason you go to Harbor Freight and you'll buy 5 half-inch breaker bars is the same reason people buy an On3 single turbo or twin turbo kit. It's cheap, it makes power, and if it breaks, I'll replace that part. Jake would have had to have made his kit a $9,800 to $11,000 kit. And you're going to go, what, I go do that? I'd get an On3 for $7,800. So why is he going to compete with that? I don't want to compete with that, he says. It's stupid. So now, Jake has a 1-of-1 turbo kit that is the best for, let's say, daily driver turbo kits out there, period. It is OEM quality to the catback because it's all OEM. And from there back, nothing but the best materials, nothing but the best stuff back there. I wanted to support that, but he said I can't because I'm going to lose money. And he saw what happened with Fluid Turbo. He goes, no, this is the best quality kit out there. But then you got people like Hellion, On3, Armageddon. You got all these guys that make the kit. And Jake's like, and Fluid, because it was managed so badly. Like, guys, I wish I could give you monetary examples. One day I'll talk to Senior and I'll see if I can actually get the okay. My Lord. But a Fluid twin turbo kit, you're going to have to, a used one, you're going to have to compete with what's out there currently. On3, Armageddon, Hellion. So you're going to have to, and it's got stainless logs. Like the Fluid kit is badass, but it's real difficult to put a price on it. By the way, there are 2 cars that I am eyeballing right now. Roberson, you hear me, Roberson? I want that car eventually. Don't beat it up too much, Mr. Roberson. He has a 2014 that would be ridiculous. Dre says, sent the article, Ford is losing big money for every EV they sell. Yeah, I already talked about that in another show. I quit going to my local Ford because they wouldn't help me with something simple. Customer service is key to an extent. B. Levesh says, I don't blame you at all for getting a 0-1. If I could swing it, I would too. D-Rock Fox says, because you have the Shelby Dave get up, so hoping the vet is a lateral move. I still have the Shelby. I just haven't gotten the motor yet. By the way, Torviate finally woke up from making waffles. Hello, I'm dropping by to say, hey, making parts for the car. Stop for a crap at Walmart. Of course you did. Of course you stopped at Walmart to buy parts for your car. What do you need? Like a torch to heat up the booger welder? Oh, I don't know what you need. A welder? Do they sell welders at Walmart? Tires? Did you go there for tires? Shit. Hey, Alex, my Gen 3 is Lund Tune headers E85. I removed the high flow cats recently. Would that make my drastic difference in my AFRs? No. You know, I don't know how to explain to people, and maybe that's a whiteboard video that I could make. Let me write that down. Because I don't know how I can explain to people that your AFR doesn't matter after the engine. Unless you do something drastic to the O2s. Let me see. AFR exhaust whiteboard. That's how I do it. Whiteboard. So I'll explain it quickly. If your car has a MAF sensor, the biggest issue determining AFR is what the MAF sensor sees and what the rear O2 sensors see. I'm sorry, the upstream O2 sensors. The upstreams are wide bands, the downstreams are regular narrow band bullshit. So if you replace your cat back, doesn't matter. If you chop off your cats, doesn't matter. Because the MAF sensor, injector data, and what the rear O2 sees for data in terms of what's happening in the MAF, because it's a cycle, right? MAF sensor samples something, injector data, O2, and then it corrects. Those are what you call your short trims. So what's happening at the MAF sensor, what's happening at the injectors, what's happening at the combustion, it's measured, and then the O2 says to the computer, let's correct, and it's constantly going like this. Short trims are going +1, +2, +5, +2. Oh, Alex, my AFRs are going all over the place. You think your AFRs have to be slammed right in the middle? You think your AFRs have to be stuck at 14.0 when the car is constantly trimming like this? So let's say the MAF sensor is the same and the housing is the same. The injectors are the same. Why would chopping off your cats affect AFR? The cat is there to clean the exhaust, to basically remove any particulates and try to make the exhaust as clean as possible, not to change AFRs. If the O2 sensor sees a hotter temperature or more flow, it doesn't care. Now, what it will do is throw a cat inefficiency code. It goes, we feel that something's wrong with your catalytic converter because you removed it or it's damaged, because the difference between the front O2 reading and the rear O2 reading is an anomaly, and we're going to report there's a difference in gases or temperatures or whatever you want to call it. And it's all inferred stuff. So, nothing affects AFRs unless you do something to the MAF sensor or MAP sensor if it is a F150 and injectors. The car doesn't go, oh, you got a Whipple up top? Let me totally change AFR. Oh, wait, there's a Vortec on right now? Let me act totally different. The car wants to know the following. Airflow and mass air density at the mass airflow sensor, injector data. And if all of that is within 5% of each other, the car's happy. EPA's in the house. Nice seeing you here, brother. He needed Walmart special drill and Sawzall. Turvey about to buy some Iron Man tires. Put your gauge in the dashboard once you've been given the green signal. Why are you eating Cheetos at 9 a.m.? Yes, that's mine, says Modified by Nick. Is Johnny on the spot late to clean out my porta potty, Turvey? The plumbing at the house is going to be used for a turbo kit. Turvey says, yes, I stopped to poop at Walmart. Stop. Why can't you dump at your own house? Stop it. You didn't. See, that's why I don't go to Walmart. Yes, I'll save $50 on my groceries at Walmart, but I might get like pink eye at Walmart. It's a cost. It's a, what do you call it? It's a risk reward over there. Like, what you can't control your poop? Like, I've never had an emergency poop, like, ever in my life. You guys can't control your poop? What's wrong with you guys? Why can't I load the Whipple tune with a handheld on 2012-50? But to use the blue device, I need to send in an ECM to be modified. Why can I load the Whipple tune with the handheld on a 22 F150? Really? You know that Whipple has the keys to the castle when it comes to Ford calibrations. Like, you understand that, right? No other company besides maybe Livernois and Whipple have access to the Ford software. I'm saying, like, the stuff that they use to make tunes and export tunes. They got Ed Badillo, an engineer from Ford. They got him on the payroll. The guy makes great calibrations that are falling under the CARB umbrella. And Whipple has a great relationship with Ford. That is a very smart thing to do. But let me ask you, can you upgrade your injectors from a Whipple calibration? No. And again, I'm not digging on them. I'm just saying it's very smart for Whipple to have that relationship with Ford so that they can send you tunes that are carb legal and you can have 600 horsepower with heavy torque reduction on shifts on your F-150. But let's say you go, I want to go faster. You can't call Whipple and go, hey, Whipple, how you doing? Good, how you doing? Oh, wait. Let me ring. Hold on. Let me call Whipple. Okay, phone's ringing. Okay. Oh, that's an odd ringtone. Interesting ringtone. Okay, yeah. Hello, this is Whipple. Yeah, hi, how you doing? I love your calibration on my 2012 F150, but I'd love to upgrade to ID 1300s and run 85. You smell so good. That's not possible because our calibrations are 100% carb legal and we can't send you any calibration. But you can go ahead and take your device or take your computer, take it out of your truck, send it over to another company, unlock it, stick it up your asshole, and then you can flash it with another device. But for now, you're stuck with a carb legal tune. Thank you very much. Come again. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. And that's how it goes. So if you want to can someone clip that and say it? So that's so that's how you do it. Like if you want to grow with that vehicle, the Whipple tune is not it. And again, not because they can't, it's because it's a legal thing. Like they probably can't. Being under the carb umbrella does not allow you to do many things. And one of them is tune custom stuff that isn't carb legal. Whipple OTS tunes. Pro Chargers use second pulley on the crank, which adds extra stress and leverage on the crank. Broken cranks later. Bondlebird answering the phone. City Walk, hello. Each Whipple tune comes with a side of fried rice. I don't know how Whipple catches flack, but shout out to Whipple for not sending me a cease and desist, because they probably could. They're like, you know what? Alex is saying Whipple. They roll with it. Cool. But I'm sure they go, fuck you. And I'm like, well, I'm not wrong. Like, I understand, but I'm not wrong. Can I get some spring rolls with my Whipple tune? I didn't know Alex voiceovers for South Park. Alex, your Chinese impersonation is killer. Dying of laughter here. Bondlebird told me he's including fortune cookies with every stage 2 kit. So that's the reason you can't grow with a Whipple tune, because you can't get a different tune for different parts. Okay, they have to send out these tunes on vehicles to get carb certified, right? So Whipple sends out a stage 2 kit, let's say on a 2024 Mustang. This testing has been done. They send them a 2024 Mustang. Whipple puts their awesome blower on. Then they tune it. They send it in for carb certification. And then they can go, oh, yeah, we can totally send you a calibration for your 2024 Mustang. And you now have a carb legal tune for that car. They have a great relationship with Ford. I don't understand why Lund doesn't. That, to me, honestly, I wonder what kind of leverage Lund Racing has. Because let's be honest, if Lund Racing stopped tuning today, the only people that'll suffer is you guys. Like if John Jr. goes back to work to whatever, or he does consulting work, or let's say he wants to tune on the side, right? And Senior's like, I'm done with this shit. I'm done with the lack of loyalty of anyone out there. I'm done with y'all motherfuckers. I'm going to just fly my plane, chill out with my woman, go on a boat, enjoy my pool. I'm done. I'm just going to like do shit on the side because he's got it, right? And Junior does some consulting, and Brandon and Dakota do their own thing, whatever. Who's going to suffer? You guys. What platform is going to be the laughing stock of all platforms? Mustang. Because without Lund Racing, and I'm not saying this because I work there. I say this because I have eyeballs, and you tuners that steal the tunes know exactly what I'm talking about. Without Lund Racing, the car doesn't perform. Have you heard some of these cars go down the track? Have you heard some of these cars that go down the track and the shifts sound absolutely awful? Lund Racing goes out there, buys the vehicle, grenades it, only in efforts or hopes that people will buy some of the tuning. And then you see these 10 or 80 cars going, ba, 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 $799. Ba. Basically a stock car with a blower and E85 like Omar Garza, ba, 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 93, 92. You benefit. The moment Senior goes, fuck these motherfuckers. Fuck you, and we're done with this shit. Alex, whatever you want to do, do it. I don't care. Dakota, whatever you want. I don't care. I'm done. You guys will suffer. Because the industry doesn't embrace Lund Racing. The industry almost despises Lund Racing because they're able to have some of the fastest cars out there. And it's almost like, fuck them, they ain't shit. And this is what I think is even more funny. When people go, if it wasn't for me, Lund Racing wouldn't be where they're at. You could say that up to maybe 2012. But after 2015, you can't say that. Stop it. It's been 100% them. Only because I've seen it. John DiNapoli asked a question. I want to get it. Hey, Alex, I'm possibly thinking about I'm bailing out of my GT500. I just work a lot and looking to buy another house. I'm thinking about grabbing a Tacoma TRD for a deal. That'd be smart. You have 11 or 12 performance package GT500, right? Does it have a TVS? And how many miles are on it? Because that is a badass car. Listen, while working, and I almost dropped my dumbbells when you called. Whipper. They have sent them, but Bonnebird sent mail. My Whipple takes 8 weeks to ship from China. Whipple superchargers are lubricated with soy sauce. What's the name of the Asian style music? It says China. It's China. Just literally type in Chinese music on YouTube. Fortune Cookie gonna read, there's Sasso in your future. Think them boys could suck off Whipple tune and make it work with a bigger injector and other things? Yes, that is all California tuners. Why do you think on these racing channels, all you guys have is 10R80 Whipple cars racing? You don't, and when you see a fast car like the Vortec car out there in California, it's a Lund tune, and he's out there gapping. But most of the other guys are Whipple 10R80 cars. They suck the file and they add injector data and E85 and say we're the best tuners on the planet. Stop it. That's literally Ed Badillo making you work. Ford and Whipple have their meetings at City Walk. Nice. Alex, Gen 2 F150 motor, Gen 5 Whipple, TBR 6R80, 4 fuel system, ID1000s into a swap car. Am I crazy for expecting 650 to 700? You are not crazy. It should make that. It's not even chilling. Like just 11 PSI because it's lower compression and it's just going to be happy as hell. Got to kiss that ring to partner with Ford. Exactly. Ford is like the Godfather. Ford goes, what did I ever do to deserve such disrespect? You come to my house on the day my daughter is to be wed, and you ask for murder. I don't ask for murder. I ask for justice. You don't ask for justice. Your daughter's still alive. You come into my house and you don't even... When was the last time you invited me to dinner? When was the last time we broken bread? You don't even call me Godfather. Be my friend. Godfather. So, I'm telling you, these people absolutely want their ring kissed. And in all honesty, I could turn it right around and go, your product is regular traffic without Lund Racing. Your product is regular traffic without Lund Racing. Your product is lowered stance, drift stick, turning it on by the fob, revving it. It's gimmick. Your product is a gimmick without Lund Racing. So in actuality, you should be kissing our ring. But unfortunately, the industry doesn't embrace us, and that's fine. And once John Sr. has enough stacked up to have FU money, he's going to go, I'm out. Hey, Junior, you want it? It's all yours. Dakota, you want it? Brandon, you want it? Cool. It's all good. Whipple out there like Luca Brasi. Ford and Bud Light should partner up. Ford should be a top dog if you can get a Lund 2 from the factory. Alex, what's your backup plan when the U.S. defaults on its loans and economy collapses? Well, I'm gonna sell calf pictures. My calves are my backup plan. That's why I go and work them out 3 times a week. Just in case shit goes downhill, you guys can get calf pictures on my OnlyFans. My father-in-law just bought a new jailbreak red eye. Fingers crossed it will be built. Get built. He has a 70 cell Hellcat with 10K on it. Alex, you guys at Lund prefer 1050X or FIC 1000 for tuning? We tune both. But again, nothing against FIC because they do sponsor me. 1050Xs just have a slightly tighter data. That's all. We need an impression of Turvey calling Whipple. Kiss the wig to get access. You better kiss my wig over here. If you think you're gonna get C files and A2L files.
Take that, Elon Musk.
Not without this ring being kissed. Ford is at the top of the tuning triangle. They gone woke. Nothing without aftermarket tuning. Go woke, go broke. And that's how it goes. Plain and simple. Everyone that has gone woke has gone broke. And Ford is doing a massive, massive, massive disservice to its customers by going that way. Now, for some reason, whoever is running the diesel side of things, shout out to you. Like Ford's diesel program is badass. This is 1,000 torque, 800 horse, whatever dumb. Cool stuff. Yeah, you can't tune it, but you are getting out of the box badassery. You can't tune it, but it's badass. So whatever. Like at the end of the day, I'm not going to be one of these guys that goes out of his way to kiss the Ford ring when they've basically spit in your face. Hey, Ford, we want twin turbo, 3.5 EcoBoost, all-wheel drive, hybrid, 0 to 62.5, 10-second quarter-mile Mustangs for $60,000. Fuck you. Here's a drift stick dark horse. Imagine John Sr.'s like, you want to take over the company? Your thoughts? No. If Senior ever said, Alex, you want to take over the company? I go, thank you very much. No. I would do my YouTube videos, which, make okay money. Sustainable. But I'd have to really put out videos every week of me blowing up cars to make it. And I'm not willing to do that. And by the way, if you're a YouTuber, and I'm saying this to all YouTubers, if you want your car to perform, and if you want your car to be the best it can be, and you're not using Lund Racing, then you're just clickbait at this point. I love you. If you buy a Mustang or just bought a Mustang, and you will have a YouTube channel, and you want to run well, perform well, do well, and you go to anybody else but Lund Racing, all you're doing is taking a gun, you're loading it, and shooting yourself in the foot. I've seen it. What's up, bitcho? Starbucks money. Didn't want to be a creep on that NL. You're taller in person. Nestor Barrios. NL? On NL? What do you mean an NL? Nestor Barrios, because you're taller in person. I've met you a couple of times at Power by the Hour, right? Alex, you tune your calf muscles with the standing calf raise machine or the sit down? Both, potential Nicholas, both. I work out the calves standing and sitting. Hits the top of and the bottom. But again, these are genetically gifted calves. But I just accentuate them by exercising them a lot. Only Fords I'm impressed with are the diesel trucks. Absolutely. The diesel trucks are badass. Did putting in a clutch on your Black Gen 1 make MTD2 more enjoyable to drive shift? Absolutely. Everybody that has told you that it is a clutch line issue, it is a blow job bracket, every single shifter issue, they are lying to you. The lockout issue on every Mustang is the clutch. I hope they all go broke and that go woke. Market should decide what we want as customers. Shame on the manufacturers. The new Super Duties can almost haul as much as semis now. It's crazy. Trump 2024, time to turn the ship around, bro. That's the only hope we got, I think. Love my 2012 250. Has great power, drives great. Has 17 F250 tune and deleted, but don't feel the need to tune this one. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would love to buy a Ford F450 or F350 dually and tow, but I don't need a dually. I just like how they look, but I don't need a dually. But a regular single wheel SRW, I think it's called. Single rear wheel, 6.7, modern. It's $100,000. It's dumb. Back in the 70s, says Clutch Dumping, when muscle cars went to crap, it took 25 years for things to turn around. Will things turn around or again, this is over? Well, that's a good question. And I love, yeah, look, nothing is forever, Nito Diaz. Look, gas cars aren't forever. We have to come to the absolute conclusion, guys, that new tuning, Northlake. Hey, what's up, Nestor? When did I see you on Northlake? When did I see you? Oh, you were at Starbucks? Wait, you were at Starbucks? I was there with my girlfriend. she wasn't wearing a bra, and her honkers were out. And I'm like, hey, so she had her arms crossed the whole time. You should have said hi, dude. Always say hi. Never don't say hi, Nestor. Jesus. What was I saying? There will be a day that Lund Racing stops tuning new cars. Eventually, we'll probably tune older cars, but I think it'll be segmented. I think it'll be in a way that it is not a centralized thing. Because guys, the people we keep voting in don't want us around. The people we keep voting in don't want us around. The only way the automotive industry turns around and makes badass stuff. Now, you're never a creep, Nestor. Say, what's up, Alex? Hey, I would have been happy to see you, Nestor. Now you saw how my girlfriend, you saw how tiny my girlfriend is? She's like 5'2". So if, let's say, Trump or DeSantis gets in there and literally fires everybody he can fire. FBI director, you're fired. AG, fired. Everyone, fired. EPA director, fired. Everyone that has to do with anything that hurts the economy and wokeism and global warming, fired. Then he enacts crazy legislation. The House has to be Republican. The Senate has to be Republican or conservative. I don't care about the R and the D. It has to be conservatism. And then you start going unshackled. Industry is now unshackled. Make what the consumer wants. Obviously, don't kill the environment. There'll still be oversight, but we're going to do it without shackling you with this dumb electric car BS. And again, I'm talking about the mandates. I love the power of electric vehicles, but the mandate of electric vehicles is stupid. Just stupid. So they go, boom, in 5 years, we will have a robust economy, cars that you want. This dumb EPA shit goes away. This dumb electric, Tesla will still sell cars because they're fast, powerful, reliable, and get good range. But the mandate, see, I have a theory. I think your all-black Gen Quara versus ZR1, 60, 130, who are you taking? My ZR1 right now is flying. I'm trying to dial in watt fueling, but it's flying. I have a theory that Elon Musk, well, let's talk about Elon Musk for a second, Tesla, and then we'll give away some shirts. Elon Musk has a monetary interest in everyone buying Teslas. Elon Musk needs everyone to buy Teslas. If the government mandates you to buy a Tesla or a electric vehicle and Tesla happens to be the best one on the market, Elon Musk has an interest in that because that funds everything. Okay, he had to sell stock in Tesla to get Twitter. Twitter, he's going to want to have it fund everything. Twitter, if it makes money, it'll all go into SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, all that stuff. He has to have an interest in the government mandating EV push. He thinks it's great. But in the same breath, if you were to ask him and have him take a lie detector test, how much are humans contributing to global warming or climate change? If he did not have a vested interest in Tesla, SpaceX, or anything else that he's got, the Boring Company, whatever, he would probably tell you, well, we probably won't see any major changes for hundreds or maybe thousands of years. Now, that will if global warming, the religion of global warming is debunked, I'm saying across the board, debunked, it's not a thing. People like him are taken less seriously. People will drive their little gas-powered chip boxes that get Jake has a little Volkswagen Jetta that gets 500 miles a tank. Why would I need a Tesla if I can get a Volkswagen Jetta that gets 500 miles a tank? Stop. Nothing electric comes close to that. So please, and that car is a $28,000 or $26,000 car. A Volkswagen Jetta, $20,000 car, brand new, 500 miles a tank. Stop it. Nobody would buy a Tesla at that point, except if it wasn't for the full self-drive and the doohickeys and the religious aspect. So stop it. You know these people have a vested interest in making money based on the global warming religion. Stop it. Stop it. Thinking about getting an MT-82 2016 Mustang. Buddy, talk about blowing their MT-82 2, 3, 4 times. Do you think a good clutch and shifting right or no, not lift shifting will make it last a long time? Yep. You're not one motherfucker, okay?
Not one motherfucker
has ever broken an MT-82 by driving normally. Again.
Not one motherfucker
has broken an MT-82 by driving normally. Former Ford ride or die, and my wife's next vehicle is a Model X. Alex, owner of 11 Mustang GT, have a very good offer. 18 Hellcat wide body stock. Don't know what to do. Do like them both. Honestly, I'd keep the 11 GT. I'd keep the 11 GT. Nothing against the Hellcat wide body, but my problem is that no one is looking to steal your 11 GT. But the moment you get in that red eye and you start going, oh no, oh they see me, they see me, they see me. Stop it. Can Eevees handle? Yes, absolutely. There's a guy, Misha, YouTube channel, took a Model S around the Nürburgring, and it did insanely well. Old diesel Jettas are goated. House, really quick, what was the 160 to 130 when you bought it? Oh, 7.9 or 8.0. It was really slow. Now it's, and the quickest it's gone now, it's 680. And I haven't done a 60 to 130 yet on the 700 horsepower setting, so I'm still worried. I'm still working on the watt fueling, because watt fueling on the dyno and watt fueling on the street, totally different. So I have to work around that. I just don't want to. I don't want to flog the car and get a ticket. I'm trying to be real careful. Toyota RAV4 Prime Edition gets 9,000 miles for full tank / battery. All the pollution is overseas. Now North America is diminishing returns on that money where energy will be focused on towards India, China to make an impact on pollution. Correct. What's his name? Kennedy. One of the senators, Kennedy, goes, how much will global temperatures lower if tonight we become carbon neutral? And the guy's like, well, the thing is, we have the better question is how much global temperatures won't. He's like, no. Answer my question. How much will global temperatures drop if the United States becomes carbon neutral today? He can't answer the question. Why? Because China, India, and all the emerging countries overseas are pumping out raw shit into everything. India doesn't give two shits. Let's make more batteries. Hey, Ranjit, you gotta take the crankshaft and make another crankshaft out of it. Then you take the pilings and throw it into the gutter. It ends up in a river. It doesn't matter, man. It ends up in a river. They don't care. They don't give two shits about what's happening in terms of pollution. Tell me, JD Swag, tell me, is there even a body of government in India that is responsible for emissions for the government? Hey, we want to make a body to like give a fuck about the government. Are you kidding? Pasta curry, pasta tikka masala. They don't care. They don't care. They don't give two shits what happens out there. You know that truck drivers in India? Check this out. So my ex-girlfriend had a stepdad that was Indian from India, dots, not feathers. And he would go, I said, hey, let me ask you a question, Ronnie. His name is Ranjit. He goes, well, I said, why is there such a high AIDS outbreak, or back in the day, like there was a lot of AIDS happening in India. Like what is happening here? He goes, oh, Alexa, you don't understand. In India, truck driver, he goes to drive with the truck, right? He drives truck, and then he goes and he fuck somebody, right? And then he shower, and he go, everything okay, no problem. I shower, everything good. And then he fuck wife, and then AIDS. And I go, wait, what? They think by showering you get rid of like sexually transmitted disease. He goes, yeah. So you're telling me India gives two shits about emissions? Stop it. Yes, Alex, they follow Euro and BS6 standards for vehicles, but not factories polluting. Nito Diaz, is Lund's ESX G3 tuned the same for the G2? Yes, it's just a better, more efficient compressor. Now, understand this, and I love ESS. ESS, stop telling people that a 120 millimeter pulley on a G3X in any Coyote is 8 PSI or 10 PSI. I made 795 rear wheel horsepower with a 110 on a G3X and Sunoco 260 GT on 19 degrees of timing. meaning it's making 14 or so PSI. So if you have a 120 millimeter pulley, it is not 8 PSI. It's like 11 because they measure their pulley, they dial in their pulley boost at like 7,200 RPMs. And then when you're at 7,500, there goes that. Gone. So also, ESS needs to, and I love you, Braden, you got to tell them, stop telling people that an LU-47 injector is okay for a Gen 2. A Gen 3 may be up to about 10 PSI on pump gas, then you're out. So any ESS car, a 120 millimeter pulley is going to make probably over 10 PSI with a G3, maybe not with a G2. But a 110 on pump gas is a no-go. So before you send me a screenshot of what ESS said about their power output, listen to us. I owned one. We tune them all the time. We know how much power what pulley makes on what blower. They might say it should generate about 10 PSI, but in an insanely efficient Coyote, that those qualifications on the pulley go out the window. Let me see. Do they have a... Let me see if I have a pulley here. Okay. This is a 100 millimeter pulley. This is a 100. Nah, it doesn't say. So this is a 100 millimeter pulley. I've had guys make 900 horsepower, guys, on this. This 6-rib 100 millimeter pulley. I've had guys make 900 horsepower on a G3X or a G4. So be careful with the pulley stuff. You can blow it up. You can absolutely blow it the fuck up. So be careful. All right, let's do some shirts. Real quick. Again, extra large or large, YDBT black shirts. Super uncomfortable. Probably faded. So too bad. I'll probably give away that pulley too because I don't have an ESS anymore. But I'd love. I might get an ESS eventually again because I really liked it very much. I live in Iraq. BP, Shell, and every other oil company just keeps pumping raw oil products into the air. ESS pulley giveaway, maybe. I have 2 or 3 pulleys from them, so I might do that for a giveaway. That'd be good. Alex, if you live in a city with mandatory E-test, would you still go big inch Windsor or Coyote swap? Coyote will pass E-test, no problem, but a Windsor-based motor, not sure. I will never live in a city that has emissions testing. I will never live in a state that emissions testing. Again, only extra large or largest. Only extra large or largest. Let me get something out. Matt Class said something, but I want to give it away to people that are actually aware of what's happening on the show. I'm trying to think of trivia questions, just real quick. I spoke to Brandon. He suggested not to go smaller than the 120 millimeter. Exactly. Anything smaller than 120 millimeter, you're going to be making 11 plus PSI and you're out of octane. Again, you are out of octane. Alex, is it okay for a 120 on 93 for my 350? Now, a 120 on a GT350, because the GT350 is more efficient, 5.2, bigger displacement, it will generate less boost, but it'll make more power. So I think a 120 on 93 is okay because you're going up to 8,000 RPMs. You understand? A log will verify the octane in your area. That's the best way to do it. Log, log, log. I always log with octane booster, and then we'll see what the air load is, see what the power output is, and we'll say this is not safe or it is safe for pump gas. Exactly. Answer questions to win stuff. So let's go with number 1 question on shirt giveaway. I'm trying to think. I should have actually asked this before. I'm trying to think. The black car stuff is interesting because that you got to go way back for the black car stuff. Like way, way, way the fuck back on the black car stuff. Let's go with Damn, it's difficult to come up with trivia questions because I'm trying to make it not too hard. Hey-o. I'm trying to make it not too hard because I actually want to give these away. Let me think. Give me a second. Let me get the. Is there a thinking question? Is there a like a, what do you call it? A music, so I can actually think of a Question. Failhorn, Squid, Trump, Price, Do It Live, Bolivian, Slurping. Why the hell do I have Slurping on there? Nothing. Okay, let's do this. Boy, I don't think you guys know this. What fuel did I use on the red car? What fuel did I use on the red car? The first exotic fuel I ever used on the red car. Let's see how good you guys are. And this is back to the VMP days. What is the first exotic fuel I ever used on the red car? Back in the VMP days, what is the first exotic fuel I ever used on the red car? Nope, 2000 MCR, wrong. Hey, Pito Chiquito, did you win a shirt though? Did you win a shirt? That sounds familiar, Pito. FTW purple. Very good. You see, these are the old school fans. Wow. So Pito Chiquito got it right. So did D-Rock Fox, Alfredo, Lex Luthor, Nitrous and Bias Plies. Douche did it. But the first one was Pito Chiquito. Now, Pito Chiquito, Matt 760, what's up, brother? I didn't think you'd be on here. So Pito Chiquito, did you win before? Because I have a sneaking suspicion you have one before. Never won anything, brother. Pito Chiquito. Hit me up, Pito Chiquito, on ydbtforlife@gmail.com. ydbtforlife. Pito Chiquito gets a shirt. Pito Chiquito. The thing is, you're going to have to send me like IDs so I can verify who you are. And it'll come in this package. Let me know what size shirt in the email. ydbtforlife@gmail.com. Verify who you are, and it'll come in a package like this. I'll make the label today, and I'll put it in the mailbox today so it can get to you as soon as possible because I want to go to the beach today. It's beautiful outside. Second question. What state did my black car end up in when I sold it? What state did my black car end up in when I sold it? Black car. Mini Bike says I miss FTW purple. There's some shit that's left over, but it's years old, so I'm sure it's junk. You know what I'm saying? Nope, you're close. PA, thank you, Bryson Witt, for putting up the email, ydbtforlife@gmail.com. Nope. Pito Chiquito, nope. Pennsylvania. Nope. Man, you're close, though. It's in the Northeast. I'll give you that. Massachusetts, Texas, disrepair, pretty much. Louisiana, Michigan, nope. Man, you guys, okay, maybe. Good, this is a good question. The person that gets it really would know. Nope, no, you're close. You're close, Sam Anthony. Mariana's Trench. Ohio, Texas, Oklahoma, Washington, Maine, Afghan, Hades. 5-0 Marcus, New Jersey. 5-0 Marcus, New Jersey. Sold it to an Asian fella who was going to do some head porting, but I never heard back. And he ended up selling the car. He never registered the car, by the way. He just like fucked around, threw a plate on it, ran like 9s or something, and had a good old time. So 5-0 Marcus, 5.0 Marcus. Let me know large or extra large. And that's it. That's 2 giveaways. So Pito Chiquito won a shirt and 5-0 Marcus won a shirt. ydbtforlife@gmail.com. And you'll get some shirts your way. Again, these are free and these will be free. I am not asking you to do anything. No, the channel is just giving you shit. I don't know any other car channel that's just giving you shit. All I ask, guys, really, come on. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you want to become a member, cool. You don't have to, but it really does help the channel. I should have answered because I knew it says Joe Swish. Again, I really want the people to, I don't know how I'm going to give these away. Like, you guys need to, how the fuck did I, it's going to be difficult to give these away because they're kind of high-priced items. But I'm going to do my best to make it fair. But I got to think of some good questions for people that really know the channel and really know the history of the channel to be able to give these away so that I don't have very generic questions like the number 77, right? So what happens is this. What you guys see on your live feed is different than what I see on the live feed. Youngster, 1320, what are your thoughts of Lund Racing going with Cletus McFarlane? Cletus reached out to us. So the way I look at it is Cletus is going with Lund. Lund is not going with Cletus. Again, huge channel, great popularity. I want nothing to do with it in terms of the channel. But he reached out to the best of the best on the Ford platform and said, I want y'all to tune the truck. And if you see what Midnight's doing, if you see what a lot of the guys in Texas, Louisiana, Florida are doing with the F150s, it's real difficult not to go with Lund Racing. But Cletus has to understand this. We're in charge. You're not in charge. We're in charge. We dictate what happens. And if you don't like it, there's nothing wrong with that. I think you can go to another tuner and see what that experience is like. Go ahead. That's not a problem. But if he wants to be on the up and up and be fast on that truck and be like taken seriously with that truck, because it's one thing to be a burnout guy and dumb shit. It's another thing to be taken seriously with the truck stuff. And if he wants to be taken seriously with the truck stuff, Junior is going to do the right thing and promote the product, go to his shop and say, you got to get on this. You know, you got to, because I think Ty also has a Coyote swapped car over there. And Junior, I think, is giving him tips and tricks. So if you can't look at Lund Racing as someone that needs you. Lund Racing needs nobody. Your channel needs Lund Racing. And again, this goes to all the YouTubers. Thank you, Martin Robles. If you have a channel that is racing Ford vehicles, you are crazy not to consider Ford Racing as your first stop. If other people want to tune you, I have no problem with that. If you want to try out all the other tuners, no problem with that. But if you want to get taken seriously and go fast and be on our program, hit us up. Thoughts on the GT500 blower being swapped on the 5.0 and 5.2? Nothing wrong with that. It's just a 2650 with high IATs. I don't think it's like a huge step above the Edelbrock, above the Odin, above the VMP, anything. It's pretty much the same thing. Alex, will you keep those giveaways to members only? Yes, more than likely, these will be members only giveaways because you guys are, in my opinion, the main drivers of the channel. So I would probably do giveaways on Tuesday to members only. But again, you guys are going to say, well, that's a paid thing. Okay, fine. Call it a prize. Don't call it a giveaway. Call it a prize. And if you don't like that, then you got to wait for Sundays to get given a shirt. Because eventually, the members deserve this stuff. But again, this is only if you need it. Rear lightweight brakes for S197. Rotor and bracket, no caliper. ATI 20%, GT500 outer ring. ID 1700Xs. ZT2 package, okay? And an N2MB wall box. And maybe pulleys for ESS and a N gauge one day. That would be sick. I can't give that away to just some Joe Schmo that hates my guts, answers properly, and doesn't support the channel. That'd be crazy for me to do that. Thoughts on On3 for us poor folk with the Fox body. Again, guys, I told you guys that On3 stuff makes power. The quality sucks, but that doesn't mean it doesn't make power. On3 lives on the whole mechanism of cheap power. That's how they live. Other tuners that copy Lund, yeah, you can go to other tuners, and again, the copying, the pasting, the right. Look, there's right now, my inbox has 10 or 15 emails of people's tunes from other companies, and they go, "Can you reverse this? I want it." My job is not to out anyone that hasn't already been outed. My job is to verify that tuners that are out there are using usually Lund bases. Not all tuners. Some tuners tune it from scratch, and shout out to them. They're badass. Okay. In my opinion, if you don't have a dyno in-house and you don't own the vehicle or have had it for months to years, I don't know how you can offer tuning for that vehicle. You know what I mean? It's different if you have like an F150 that tunes similarly to a GT, and you can at least say, well, based on my GT knowledge, I can make tunes for F150. And okay, understood, because it's a similar language. But if you've never owned one and you just borrow one for a weekend, guys, I have the ZR1. I'm on almost year one of owning the ZR1. And I still don't have a 100% grasp of the whole calibration set of things because it takes that long. And again, I don't do it for a living. It's a hobby car. That car I enjoy tuning on because I don't do it for a living. I don't owe anyone ZR1 tunes. It's wonderful. But do you think I liked chasing issues with my cars? Do you think I liked chasing issues with my GT because a customer had issues? No, I thought it was awful, but it was necessary to tune the platform properly. Win or lose giveaways, yours is the only channel I'd ever come to be a member for. Love the content. Thank you, Theo. I appreciate that. Becoming a member really helps out. I appreciate you becoming a member. Alex, how's your GT500 motor coming? I'd have to ask Keith, but again, I don't want to breathe down his neck because he's not that guy. Keith is not a guy that I need to keep tabs on and be like, hey, hello. He gets it. He gets the rush. He gets the fact that I need it, but I'm also not going to rush him because I don't want him to rush the job. No, he got the pistons in. He said he's gonna. I think he's gonna start assembly and videoing the assembly, which I think would be awesome. Country Tard says, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna pick one up for the Fox. I figure I can replace the stuff needs replaced." Like, guys, think about it. The white notch I have, which I'm probably gonna do videos tonight, and I'll probably air them Monday. 60 to 130, maybe some dig stuff because it's running really well. That car can end up with a turbo kit easily, but the problem is I'm not a fan of turbo kits because of the lag and stuff. And I don't want to be up on the chip. But a centrifugal? Like, I wish ESS made a centrifugal supercharger for Fox bodies. I would put a G3X with a 125 millimeter pulley blow through on the Fox body. I think that'd be so badass. Because it's a 351 Windsor. I get it. Nitrous is cool. But honestly, the more I think about nitrous, the more I go, But I think nitrous is cool. But if I can't get to a track consistently, it kind of doesn't matter. And the tracks are 2-3 hours away. So for me, it doesn't really serve a purpose because I'd have to travel in $1,000 day to potentially have bad runs. And I get it. That's how everyone else does it. But that's not my jam. 19 F150 that used as much as a daily tow pig. Does Lund do much in that area? They haul ass, but what about towing? Honestly, Toby, if you want towing, and any F-150 owner out there that wants their towing experience to be great, keep it stock. Keep it stock. There is nothing Lund can do to accentuate towing. We don't go out there and go, well, let's strap a 4,000-pound car on a 2,000-pound trailer and go uphill and dial in the tuning. That's not what we do. We are a performance-based tuning company, meaning 0 to 60, quarter mile, eighth mile, 60 to 130. We are a performance-based tuning company. We are not a towing-based towing company. So if you want to tow and get better towing on your truck, keep that motherfucker stock. Alex, does Lund still do PCB replacement boards for the N gauges? I don't know. You'd have to email them because I don't know if they have any left. YSI and blow through on the notch. Hey, Alex, and giveaways just restricted in the U.S.? I am not doing, I love you, Abdullah Al-Abbasi, and I know that you're a member. Shipping is a nightmare. Do you know how much it costs to ship this to JD Swag? $150. I'm doing it because I love him, but I don't want to do that on a regular basis. Yes, that would be badass, blow through on the Fox. Hey, Alex, are you still good on standing with DMG cookies? I was thinking about ordering some cookies. Look, guys, order cookies. Those guys make the best cookies around. EPA and Melissa make the best cookies around. In terms of a sponsorship, I just wanted to make the channel more car related. I really appreciated them doing that, giving you guys cookies. If they want to get on the chat and give away cookies and say, hi, we're cookies and look at that, no problem. I fully support them. But in terms of a channel sponsorship, I just wanted to be more car related. Blow through on a century would be pretty sick on that car. Would you say me on an ESS kit running 93 needs those 1700s? No. 1700s. And I'm going to show you something I show customers all the time. ID 1700. If you go to injectordynamics.com, under the application notes for injector, for ID 1700s, this is what you're going to see right here, okay? The ID 1700X will deliver flawless stoic idle and cruise mixtures on E85. But like the ID 2000s should not be expected to do so on gasoline. If you need flawless drivability on gasoline, the ID 1300X will provide this and is capable of about 150 horsepower per injector on E85. Again, nobody that lives on pump gas needs ID 1700s at all. So don't complain to me that your pump gas 10 PSI car on 1700s is idling badly, because even Injector Dynamics says it won't drive good. Dropping a like, I'll watch later. My stock bottom N351 swap notch on an on 3 kit made 700 horsepower. Kit was actually pretty decent, had zero fitment issues. I don't like the clump, I'd rather do like a CG fab if they do Fox body, small block Windsor stuff. But honestly, turbo stuff is not my thing for the notch. A notch, I think, should get a centrifugal. Now, I get it. You're going to say crank and this and that. And yeah, maybe. Look, I'll talk to Jake. I'll see what it takes to put I would love a turbo notch. A turbo notch would be fucking badass. But do I need a turbo notch? And it's got to live on like C16 or E85. And I just want it to be something I cruise around and drive and have a good time. And if it's a 10-second car now with a centrifugal on 8 PSI, might go 9. So why would I need more than that? The cookies are awesome. Plan a few extra cardio days. Exactly. That makes sense. You didn't want to support someone that did the channel dirty. No way. In no way, shape, or form did they do anything dirty. Track rental at Bradenton was canceled last night due to rain. Rescheduled 5/19 Friday night. I think there's still a few tech cards left. 125, 74 car limit, slick rental. Again, guys, I got to get there. It's 3 hours away. 3. Think about that. 3. Let's say you don't have to. Let's say it's a night rental, 5 to 10. I got to leave here at 2. The Lunds are not going to go, yeah, take off at 2. No, I don't want to take off at 2. I don't want to take time off because then fuck over the customers. So let's say I get there at 8. I got 2 hours to run, then a 3-hour drive home back at 2 in the morning on it. No. Those days are over. I want to put a plate on, but I want to buy a system. Hey, Nitrous Express. Hi. Nitrous Outlet. Hi. Tell me what I should run. 150 horsepower jetting, no more, no less, on C16, and live a happy life. Alex, starter file needed for a swap car and just contact Lund for the tune. Once up and running. Thanks, brother. Yes, Matt Class, absolutely. Hit us up. As long as the parts match what we think should happen and the math placement is good, you're good to go. A blow-through notch would be dope. Nothing like a Century on a Fox brings back the old days. Your thumbnail for Thursday's show was hilarious. And that wasn't made by me. That was made by somebody else. By the way, check out the show. I understand you, and this is what I really want to get going, is the Podbean stuff. Again, if you're on Spotify, if you're on Google Music, the show was downloaded so many times, it wasn't even funny. For the people that don't know what Podbean is, this is my dashboard for my download. So this is my daily downloads, obviously Sunday, no one downloads shit. See, Sunday, no one downloads shit. But look at this. This was Thursday and then Friday, the day after that aired, 154 downloads and 222 on Saturday. That means the YDBT Daily, where tuners get caught stealing red-handed, we air out thoughts, 149 downloads. Like in the first day. I thought that was great. The most downloaded show, I think, was the Gail Banks one at 150 something when he made fun of JLT. So I know what you guys want to hear. I know the drama you guys want to listen to, and I totally understand it. So I'm trying to do my best to, give you guys that content without like destroying people's careers. You know what I'm saying? Anyone in the chat have owned a F90 M5? It took you that long to take a dump, Turvy. He rubbed one out. Turvy got lost in the snack out. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys very much for hanging tight. Again, guys, Tuesday, we're going to be giving away a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to be giving away right here on my right, N2MB Watt Box. Again, not all of them on Tuesday, but every Tuesday, one of these will get given away. N2MB Watt Box. We got a ZT2. ID 1700s, a 20% ring for a GT500 overdrive. We got brakes from BPS. We might have pulleys and belts for ESS. Shout out to them for providing them. And maybe a N-Gauge, a Lund Racing N-Gauge. So there'll be a month's of giveaways. And I think you guys will really appreciate that. Each item is at least $500. So I think you guys will get a good deal on that. Thank you to the sponsors. I want to do one more time for the sponsors, the people that make it happen. I want to thank 2 Auto Solution. I want to thank Race Motive, DNA High Performance, Parts Farm, Kong, Greg KSN, Ultimate Headers, PMAS, and Calimer Transmission. You guys really, really help a brother out. Who would have thought a dumb idiot from Holyoke, Massachusetts has a little channel making a little money, giving away parts every week for you guys. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. We'll do giveaways. I'll try to work on a video for tonight or tomorrow. I don't think I'll be able to get a video done by then because I just want to go to the beach and hang out today, to be honest with you. I'll try to get some notch stuff up. The 01 still has to get dialed in, watt stuff. I'll get you 60 to 130 stuff during the week if I have some time and the weather cooperates, because doing 60 to 130 stuff on a Corvette that has 140 plus IATs isn't a smart thing. See you guys Tuesday. Have a good rest of your Sunday. See you later. Bye.